Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SMG invitationals. It will be cubit versus antithese. So, antithese scouting out to the west, and cubit scouting nowheres.
Oh, there we go.
And I am joined by the wonderful that already talked.
Silverman.
There he is. The buddy Scott is here. Alright.
Oh, I want to see a scav found. And for
Oh.
someone to claim the high alu and medium alu and just grow like crazy. There we go.
Yep, Anti's actually founding as a scavenger. Really nice.
Yeah, he's gonna have a slight advantage with him getting more carbon, but by the looks of it, it's a scav only map this game. So, but I think he's got the better carbon. So we'll see if he does much with it.
Yeah, he has 5.25 carbon right now, which is for two tiles actually really good. Cubit still hasn't found it yet. He's still looking for a spot, but ultimately found it on actually only 2 carbon tiles. Okay. Ooh, he's going to get a 2-stack and a 1-stack, so that's going to be interesting.
I'm surprised he didn't crush more. I think he's expecting antithese to just start spam selling it when he ends up with too much. And he'll just ultimately drive the price into the ground, so anything that Cubit needs to buy isn't going to be too big a deal.
Yep.
So that's why he's probably not too bothered about it. And obviously crushing the carbon tiles for a quicker level too.
Yeah, and also good to see, because like if you look around the map on the resources, on the very bottom to the south, you can see a carbon silicon tile. So whoever gets that with the 3-stack of silicon, I think that will even be worth it, just to just get some carbon out of that tile.
Yeah.
That's definitely an option.
I don't know if they'll even want it now though. I think there's too much carbon in play on the map already. Like antithese is gonna be overproducing like crazy. Cubit's just gonna be slightly under enough to keep doing everything he wants. So it should just balance out and carbon will stay really low anyway. And the fuel cost as well, at least for antithese anyway, rather than cubit. And with him being significantly further away from the silicon, that would really kill him for fuel, I think.
Yeah.
Do something with it.
Ooh, so right now a claim auction going for 20,000 for Cubit. Cubit has been doing the antithese actually going up to 24,000. Yeah, Cubit has been doing this a lot. Just bid to 20,000, and hope the opponent bids to 24, or he's going to get it for 20,000. Which is ultimately not that bad, but it's like you don't really have that.
It's a commitment. You force the other person to make the commitment of
Exactly, yeah.
money. 24 is a lot.
Yeah, it is. Basically, because you jumped those 4,000 up, like, it's kind of a lot. So right now, antithese is going to get a geothermal, and he is going to get a silicon quarry to the left. Cubit is going to get that 3-stack of water, while antithese is going to get a second water pump, adding up to 5.25 water. Cubit also, huh?
Sorry, not go.
No, Cubit is also going to get a 3-stack of silicon. And that's about it for now. I believe both players would just save up and maybe go for solar panels, and then switch them out for glass later on.
I think they'll just stockpile it just now. I don't think there'll be any solar plays. They're both scavs, so powers are and then someone having a geotherm up is creating enough power for both people's bases at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll see too much power until later on, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see who does what at level 3. Because at the moment, this is all very standard. Your quarries, get some water, get some silicon, maybe a geotherm, which is probably basically what he paid the 24k for. But it's all kind of standard until we see what they do at 3. And Antithese's getting it first, and he's going to go straight into fuel. Woohoo, 3 fuel! My favourite strategy.
Why would he build them at the aluminum?
He can't connect them to his base.
Well, that
And
is
the rest
true.
of it's
Yeah.
all hills as well. He wouldn't be able to expand his production too well. I mean, arguably he could have built it just above him, but then I guess if he wants more aluminium, he can just convert one over.
Yeah, that's what it meant. Like, would it not be better? Like, first of all, putting it closer to his side, like as you said, just above him.
Hmm. I mean, the shipping distance isn't that huge of a difference. Maybe he could have crushed the water with it as well and just built it over the water and then converted it to more water later if he needed it.
Well, the problem is, Cubit, what he could do is just, take an EMP or a power surge and then just shut him down. So
Yeah, we see Cubit going for a goon squad for whatever reason. I don't even know where he put that. Oh, yeah, on his geothermal building. Okay.
yeah, yeah, but as you said, the power price not really rising that much. So
Should stay down, to be honest.
yeah,
Once Cubit's geotherm builds, he'll be producing an excess of 0.8, and Antithese is still producing an excess of 0.3, so it should just keep going down and down and down until
yeah.
it's nothing.
So keep it right now with his 2 reactors. Not really doing much right now. So both players actually fighting for teleportation. That will, I don't know.
It's a big deal for Antithese, not so much Cubit.
Yeah, yeah, I think Antithese should have made that jump to 24,000 to be honest. Because I mean, like his main production is, I mean, like the reactors are like far away, and it's actually going to take him, he needs to get to 40 fuel first before it ships off. So I think that was a bigger deal for Antithese, as you said. Yeah, I think you should have taken that commitment there.
I don't know about taking it to the 24, because he's at 41k now, 45 after interest. If he'd taken the extra 24k, he'd be nearing the 70s now. That's a scary place to be at day 3. Getting 70k of debt's gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now actually Cubit going to glass should be fun to see. He is the first person to go into glass this match right here, the best of 3. Like any thoughts? Because I mean, like glass isn't that high.
I guess. I mean, they don't make too much revenue per tile. You compare it to what the fuel tiles are making, but I think if the fact that he's EMP'd his one, he can make a good bit of money on the fuel while it's a thing. And yeah, we're going for the 3rd yard. That's fine actually. I don't mind the 2 glass furnaces. Once he has a triangle of fuel, the triangle of fuel will make him enough money. He's got enough carbon and alu coming in. The glass is just for the growth. Like, I think Cubit's just going to try and race to 5 and maybe pin Antithese down.
Yeah. So right now, Antithese is not, he got power surge, so his reactors are down, of course.
He should just ship the goods. He's got like 30 plus fuel and oxygen in each of these factories. If he ships the goods now, he can sell it and get his oh, never mind, there we go. He could have just got his upgrade a lot quicker there. He just sends those goods off now and sells all that stuff while Cubit's selling it. It's kind of a big deal. And then he can convert it to farms when it unfreezes.
Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, glass, I don't know, glass wouldn't be so much issue right there. It would more be, I don't know, like, getting 3 farms, that's like also a commitment of how much
Oh yeah, it's 6k.
Not a little bit more than 6k.
A little bit more than 6k, but 6k. I mean,
you need to get that money for a single 1 versus 1. Like that's not that easy.
yeah. I mean, like once he gets the money from his oxygen and fuel, when it finally decides to arrive, you're looking at like 120 oxygen and $93, and the fuel's less important there, but the oxygen's the big one. That'll get him his farms easy, and then he's still got a bit left to play with.
Yep. So right now, actually, Cubit shutting this down. He doesn't really want Antithese to switch out this early. Antithese already committed to a farm now to add his water pumps, so this should be fairly interesting. Also, geothermal auction right now, going for 18,000.
That's
okay.
That's too high.
Yeah, that is way too high. I think 10,000 would even be too high.
Yeah, they're both scav anyway. Like, they don't care about power. Look at the power price. They're still both producing an excess. And this is with farms and glass furnaces and stuff up. It's insane.
Wow.
And there's Cubit building the pleasure dome.
Yeah. So we kind of heard Zoltar rant yesterday a little bit about it.
I heard,
but I guess Cubit is Cubit, and he does what he wants.
I mean, well, it's kind of actually alright, because power's $27, he's right next to the colony, so I don't see this being a huge issue. And plus, like, if you invested the claim elsewhere, it wouldn't actually amount to too much money. I mean, maybe at a farm, having a 4th farm over the pleasure dome might be a bigger deal, but then people do what they do. Oh, there we go, it's $100. I don't know why it said 200 there at the start, it was very strange, but
he should, I don't know.
I don't know, ticking 75 is a decent value for a tile.
Yeah,
it's doing more than his glass furnaces anyway. Just about.
That is true, yeah. But yeah, I think he was like thinking about, okay, the power price is so low, let's just go ahead and get this. and maybe still can crash the power price a little bit more to make because he has that second geothermal up. So I think he's like betting on that the price goes down by quite a bit.
I really want to see Antithese do something, like with the black market, please. Because Cubit's just been throwing EMPs and power surges, and he's not really retaliated yet.
Oh, actually, as you said that, actually mutinying the pleasure dome of Cubit. But yeah, like as you said, like you want to see him doing more for the black market, but the problem is he's not really making money. Like the thing is, he's
Yeah,
getting
but
frozen
Cubit
all the
is.
time. He can't really produce that much, can he?
Mm, I think if he'd shipped those goods earlier, like he'd have had money to play with, and then from there he can lock Cubit down while trying to recover himself. And then Cubit wouldn't be able to just continuously lock down his production the way he is doing now. The problem is he let Cubit have the momentum to start with, and now he's on the back foot. He needs to try and do something about it.
Yeah. So, do you actually think this mutiny is worth anything?
It's a trade of 2k, a positive trade of 2k for Antithese, so it's pretty good.
I mean, mutiny just mutinied it. Sorry, Cubit just mutinied it back.
Yeah, it's a change of 2k, so Cubit loses 2k in that scenario. That's pretty much it. That's all that happens. So those kind of trades are okay. I don't mind those kind of trades because in the end, you just cost your opponent 2k.
Yeah.
There, the 4k balances out, and then they paid the 2k extra. So I don't know. I don't mind plays like that. It can be kind of nice when you're on the back foot because you can just kind of slowly start to curve the game back with things like that.
Yep. So right now, I don't know. Oh, actually
Cubit.
getting. Why? I don't. Okay. As you're obviously the better player than me, right? Why would you bid on a geothermal when the price is already at 16 and actually still dropping? Why would you pay? Why would you pay
Yeah.
14,000 in debt?
Yeah. Unless he turns off auto supply and does some plays doing that, but even then there's now 4 geothermals in play, like Cubit was already overproducing with the pleasure dome up.
Yeah.
I don't see the logic. I think we're gonna see Cubit just KO him in a second as well when the food just plummets into the ground and Cubit transitions it into something else. He might not even need to though, at the rate this is going.
Actually, Cubit is 80% out buying out antithese.
Yep.
So, Cubit also buying an underground nuke. That might hit antithese water or his carbon quarry. So that's definitely something, just something to look out on. Also, just a small note, just a small thing. Cubit took the 3 stack of water to the left, but if you look at antithese base, you can see that there's actually better water right there.
Yeah.
I mean, just a small detail because Cubit is this fantastic detailed player.
Yeah, I don't know, like maybe
Oh
he didn't
wow.
want his water over there.
Yeah.
For a couple reasons.
Cubit just double nuked antithese's water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Ooh.
That's actually a really good play because what he's now doing is he's going to be overproducing water. So now all he has to do is stockpile it up while Antithese continuously starts consuming more than he can produce, and then the water price starts shooting up, and Cubit can just dump it again
Yeah.
with his money.
So Cubit actually bought into water very rapidly, and then antithese was kind of panicking and bought into it also, and Cubit then just sold everything he had and made a small profit. So that's also good to note.
He's floating 2 claims though. It's very awkward. Like Antithese floating 4 and Cubit floating 2. I think the 2 players like aren't sure. I think Cubit's trying to find like a window where he can just close the game out now, like really quickly, and Antithese is just thinking of ways to keep alive. But I don't know. Like both players are just kind of. Oh, there we go.
Both players just upgraded. So
Yeah. Oh, we see Cubit finally use his claims, but Antithese is still sitting on 4.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe something like chemicals would be good out of antithese since he has a big fuel stockpile. He has carbon, so just why not go into chemicals? I guess.
12,000.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man.
maybe like to see him move where his water is. So if he turns those 3 water pumps into maybe his chem labs, like you say, and then he claims the high, medium, and low water to the right of him, you
Yeah.
pointed out earlier, and just switches, because then he doesn't have any water issues after that, and he could still make everything he wanted to. And then again, and then in that sense, the nukes did nothing. Cubit wasted 10k to make him switch his production.
That is true, yeah. Well, Cubit right now, you know, going strong, opting out to buy out antithese in the game 1 of the best of 3 of round 2 of the SMG invitationals.
He went for the offensive.
I have the feeling that both players have been playing this, I don't know, a little bit poorly. Could you agree?
I wouldn't maybe say poorly. They were just kind of. I think Cubit was maybe expecting him to build like his fuel over the water instead of the alloy tiles, perhaps, and that's maybe why he didn't want the water. As far as the geotherms, like the geotherms went for far too much, but then
Yeah.
and that worked both ways, so that wasn't really too big an issue. I think it's only like poor play if only one player takes it that high and the other one's like, "The hell are you doing?" But when both players do, I don't see it being too big an issue because it just kind of equalizes again. I think Cubit played a strong game, like controlling the food and then just nuking it into like in half, making a lot of money there, and
Yeah.
it was an interesting game. It's just, I don't know. I don't think we saw much out of Antithese. It was.
Oh yeah. No. Well, okay. Let's actually go to Cubit for now. I actually missaid that. That's kind of weird. Cubit bought 110,000 into water, sold 116,000. Manually bought 93,000 food, sold 180,000. Then sold a little bit in oxygen, fuel, and aluminum. And sold bought into an electronics store, and then sold a little bit of glass. So that water play, I don't know what to think about that, because buying 110,000 in water.
Well, the idea is he then sells it later. I think the problem was that Antithese should have just used those 4 claims and took 3 water pumps to his right, and he would have solved the problem. And then he could have just started spam selling it, making Cubit's investment worthless. So I think it was maybe a bit risky, but his opponent didn't really catch on, and it was already kind of over by that point anyway.
Yeah.
I think Cubit was just going to use that as the final kind of call, and then if he did go to build the water pumps, he'd just dump the water anyway, and then go into something else, and leave his opponent having to rechange his industries again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so both players just making a little bit on power, but yeah, power has been down most of the time at the power price, so it didn't really pay off for both players. So going to Antithese, his resources, I mean, selling 11,000 water, 20,000 food, 22,000 in oxygen, that's already about it. I mean,
Just small numbers.
Yeah, just small numbers overall, yeah. And then to the black market, actually, Antithese using 2 items, 1 dynamite, 1 mutiny for 8,000. And then Cubit using 10 items. That's, wow. 2 claims, 1 EMP, 2 power surges, 2 nukes, 1 mutiny, and 2 goon squads for 50,000. So that's kind of...
Averages out about 5k an item. That's really good.
Yeah.
He just kind of bought like bits of everything while it was really cheap. Like he got the cheap EMPs, he got the 2 cheap power surges because that was 4k, 6k. Same goes for the nukes. He got the first 2 claims as well. He must have done as well, and the first 2 goon squads, and the second mutiny. So like overall, all his black market purchases were really cheap because he got the first 4k and then 6k. So did really well with that.
Yeah. So that was game 1 of the best of 3. In the SMG Invitationals, round number 2, Cubit versus antithese. I guess we're gonna go jump into game number 2. Peace out.
Cheerio.